Hello, this is Elaina Strongbow from SodaTutorials.com, Elaina's main game name. Today I'm not doing a game video. Today I'm actually going to be talking about my setup, my streaming video recording setup. It was a lot simpler up about a month ago. It's gotten a lot more complicated and a lot more powerful. So there's got small amount of money coming in from YouTube, and people have been very fanfare, helped me out on Twitch, whether it's been bits or subbing and stuff. I took anything that came out of that, and definitely wasn't a lot of it, but I took that and put my money and I upgraded my setup. The setup's really complicated, and it's hard to find. Everybody's setup is a little bit different. It's hard to find one that exactly matches how I had mine, so I had to piece it together. So I'm putting another video out there. Hopefully it'll help someone else out who's trying to do this. So one thing I want to do is I'm going to actually turn on a camera here. This is actually a second camera that's coming through on a web thing, and I don't have the green screen on it, so I'm going to be switching it around. So I'm going to show you what I have right now. Originally, I just had a laptop, an Asus ROG Strix laptop. It has an NVIDIA 1060 video card, 6 gigs. It did everything. Played my game, played it well, streamed as well. But it could get taxed out pretty easily, just because you had the entire machine was running the game and doing the streaming. So I wanted to separate that. Stream machine, gaming machine, stream machine. So that was one thing. But that also led into some of the audio setup as well. Because once you have multiple machines, you have to tie together the audio and the video and choose where things going. They all get to one box that eventually make its way to a YouTube video or to a Twitch stream. So it got complicated, and I ended up kind of, okay, let me buy this. Well, let me do this. And then I just went kind of nuts. So let me, I'm going to pick this camera up. It's going to be a little bit bobbly, but that's just, I've got it on a tripod. I need it for the most part, but in the beginning, I'll do this. So this is actually and I got to look over here. That's actually the Asus ROG Strix. It's a great little laptop. It's been playing everything. I love it. Fantastic machine. This is the first set of laptops that came out that had the NVIDIA, the 10 series. So this has the 1060, the 6 gig version. I've got an NVIDIA, an Asus ROG monitor as well. G-Sync monitor helps out on the display and shakiness on there, and normal stuff. I got a Razer, Chroma, Naga mouse, and that kind of stuff. So that's actually the gaming setup. And you can see my main camera up here. That's a 930, a Logitech 930. That's my main one that I actually go off. The one that's on here is actually my older one that was there. So get this machine going. So that was that. So let me talk about what else was on here. I'll go to the stream machine. I'll get over here and kind of go this way. So I built out a stream machine. You can see it's over there in the corner. It's a cube. It's I'll hold this here. It's not that powerful. It doesn't have to be. The big thing about the So the big thing about the stream machine is the actual capture card. So I've got an Elgato, an HD60 Pro. So all the output from the game machine goes to there. That does all the work. So that does all the work and does all the heavy lifting. It's just a 7th gen i5 processor, 16 gigs of RAM. I do have a video card. I have a 1050 Ti, but that's not for the streaming. That's just if I want to play games on it, my kid wants to play beside me, then it's powerful enough to do that, or a little bit of mining, crypto mining and stuff like that. But it's a pretty simple machine, not that expensive. Didn't have to go nuts. I did get a 1 terabyte a hard drive just for what's going to be capturing. It's just a regular old platter hard drive. And I've got a, I think a 240 gig SSD for the main C drive. That's just the boot drive. It's one of the M2, the small little chip ones, just performance on it. So this over here is actually the monitor and the keyboard for it over here. So that's over there. This machine over here is actually just my Mac, one of my main home machines, but I use it and or my phones to put out the music. So I connect to iTunes, so the music comes out of here and actually goes over eventually into the mixer and plays out on the stream. So it is part of my setup. What else is on here? Over here, you've got a wireless unit. This is actually for the lavalier mic that's actually sitting on my chest right there. And it actually goes in, connects into that, and then that actually comes over to the mixer board. That's in addition to a regular XLR mic that I have up here. This is an Audio-Technica 2035. An AT2020 is just as good. This one just has a little bit, if I'm not using a mixer, like some of the pad lockouts and stuff, lower levels or the higher things you can switch out. So it's just one I got. I do have a really nice stand that I actually drilled into the desk. It's actually drilled a hole, it's attached in there. This is a Rhode PSA1 stand. It's fantastic. A lot better than the little $20 ones that were the kind of springy ones on there. So And then last but not least, I do have a blue, I think it's the MX5 headphones. I like the headphones because it has power. You can charge them up. It has batteries. It can be powered. So if you're listening on your phone, it sounds great. But when it's coming out of a mixer like this, which I'll explain in a second, this is its own power source. I don't need that. So you can actually turn them off on there. There's a little switch to turn off. So it's just pure monitor. They're basically monitor headphones as well as regular headphones, powered ones. Last bit that's on here is actually the boring part. It looks like the green screen. You can see that it's actually it has an edge here and probably one over there. And it goes down into this little black box that sits out there. This is an Elgato green screen. Now the good thing about this green screen is that it literally, I can reach up top and push it down in. It goes into a long black coffin and is put away. I can set it off to the side. So I used to have a curtain that was kind of hanging up, it was always in the way. I got rid of it. Solid color. Does great on the matching. The other one had pretty good greens on it. I'd have to put lights in different spots to make sure it didn't bleed or get any fuzzies and stuff on it. This Elgato thing was worth the money on it. So if you are streaming, have it on there. I said to be able to have it in a normal office, put it away and not have it seen, I literally stand on the stand and stick it in the corner. So it's a smaller part, but it's a big part of this. Anything else I missed in here? Don't think so. Okay, so I'm going to focus on this at this point. So here we go. Now you're probably going to get this on their mic because it looks like a microphone, but that's all right. So let me talk about the setup. First thing, when you have a mixer, the idea of the mixer is it mixes all the sounds. All sounds should be going to the mixer, and via the mixer you control where it's going out to. If that's not happening, if you're having to control sound or volume on a machine or on this or that, something's wrong. All sounds go to the mixer. The mixer, you set up where the mixer is going to go out to provide sound to wherever it's needed. Gaming machine. The only thing on the gaming machine should be the game. Machine, game, keyboard, mouse, monitor. That's it. If you're playing with anything else on their Discord, this and that, you've missed something on here. Just remember those two rules. Game machine only has the game. All sounds come into the mixer and come through and out of the mixer. Okay, so first thing, let me talk about what's on my mix right now and how I've got it set up. Actually, no, I'll talk about the video first. It's easier on the laptop. So the laptop itself has two outputs. It has an HDMI output on it. It has a display port. The HDMI actually goes to, from the laptop, goes to the HDMI in on the HD60 Pro, the Elgato Pro. That's why what you can see in the background, you can see the PUBG. So what I see on my monitor, which is a display port connection, is mirrored to the HD60 Pro. So my game machine is outputting to two spots, my monitor and the Elgato HD60 Pro. HD60 Pro is what's presenting it into XSplit and what you're seeing on the video here or eventually be on Twitch. That's it. The other thing is I have sound coming out of my machine. Now you can route it over HDMI, pain in the butt, don't do it. You've got a headphone jack, that's kind of your headphone connection on your machine. Run a cable from there. It's actually just your regular headphone, little 3.5mm one, kind of what goes into the iPod. It looks like this. If I can get that up there. Yeah, like this one. So that comes out of the laptop and it goes into a little box. Now, out of laptop's digital, mixers are analog. You can get a buzzing noise when you go from digital to analog and you switch back and forth. There's like these little I'll pull it over and show you one. That's one there. See that red box? That red box is actually the bottom cable is going from the laptop into the red box, and then from the red box it actually is going to come over into the mixer eventually. So that red box is a grounding unit. It basically loops it kills any of the buzzing noise. One of the reasons why the buzzing gets introduced in here as well can be because you have different machines plugged into different outlets or different power strips, which I do across all these. So you can get these noises. These boxes are $10. So if you're going to go from anything into the mixer, like from a laptop or from another machine, get these boxes, put them in the middle. It's a little junction box. So sound goes from the laptop into the mixer. Video goes to the monitor and video goes to the Elgato. That's basically it. The only thing else that's on here, I've got some fans and stuff, that's it. But everything else is on the stream machine at this point. So if I look at the mixer now, I kind of look at this. So we'll go on here. Here we go. This is actually this top one, channel 1. Everything is, these are input channels, and there's 10 across on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 and 6 for stereo. 7 and 8, 9 and 10. There's like a left and a right on those. That's how they get to 10. This is actually the Audio-Technica microphone, the main microphone. I've got the levels turned all the way down on it. So I'm not using it. I'm using the lavalier mic. This input is from the wireless button. So this is a Nady, I think it's, I forgot the model number, what model it is on one of the Nadys, but it's just another XLR input on here. Comes down, you can tell I actually have the mic volume up on this one. I have also two other, it's either big stereo, quarter-inch stereo jack, or the three-prong, the XLR inputs. These are single lines. Now the big difference between lines 1 and 2 on this Yamaha, and this is an MG10XU, 10 inputs, U on the ends of USB, and I'll explain that in a second. The first two have condenser, have these, is it condenser compensating? So basically, you have controls that can actually make it so when you move around from your mic closer and farther, it nulls it out. That happens on channels 1 and 2. It doesn't happen on these two. It's phantom power, powers these as well. You've got some EQ stuff on here. This is your main levels. This is your panning left and right. This one here is an important thing, which we'll talk about. And I'll explain what those are in a second. When I get over to there, I'll come back to these. So 3 and 4, I have nothing on them. 5 and 6, I have it labeled on here. Use little labels. Stream PC. So these two inputs here are two headphone inputs, come from the stream machine, and it comes from the audio out, kind of like where your line out on your audio card on your stream machine. So anything that's happening over on the stream machine, any noise or music, alerts, or whatever else that comes out, comes into this channel. And I can actually turn that one down. I don't need that one right now. So one of the other things that comes out, Discord. Discord is running on the stream machine. So when people are talking, you need to be able to hear it. So it comes into here so I can hear it on my microphone, and it can eventually go out. So that's 5 and 6. On 7, 8, we have the game PC. This is what comes in from the Asus ROG. So when I want to hear the sounds from the game machine, I can turn that up and it goes and it's on its way. Now, let me talk about 9 and 10. 9 and 10 is actually two sets. I have two cables plugged in here, and it's also on here. There's a USB port on the back of this. I actually have it via USB cable connected to my Mac machine, which I can do music. So when it's depressed, when it's pushed down, any input from the Mac is coming across to this channel on the USB line. If I put it up, it's line in. Line in comes out of here and actually comes out of this little cable that's here. So that's how I can say, if I want to listen, control the music coming off my iPod, my phone, I can do that this way. Until I've got a cable in, I can say, okay, it's line in, it's there. If I don't want to use my phone, I want it to come across from the machine, I go to USB, it comes in from the computer. So it's my computer or my portable device, music device, is putting music into this channel. That's why this one's kind of special. All right, across the top, pretty simple on this as well. First thing, we actually have headphone ports. So my headphones, which I'm not wearing right now, I want to hear everything, comes out through there, hits in, and I can hear that across in there. I also have monitor outs on here. I have a speaker system. So if I don't want to listen to headphones, I can actually have it come through on the speaker system. Think about this when you're playing and you're not streaming, you're not recording anything else. You don't want to have your headphones on, you just want to listen to your speakers, you can. Everything can still come through here. You don't have to disconnect things, just have it come through here and go out to your speakers, power speakers and whatnot. So we've got that. And I've also got a stereo out. This button down here, this is the output, the main output of this mixer. So everything I'm saying, everything coming through this right now is coming through the mixer, comes out on this stereo out. This stereo out goes back to the stream machine as the input. So I have noises coming from the stream machine, so it come into my mixer over here. But in the end, I also have things that come across. I want to be able to pass everything that comes into from the stream machine and the game machine, everything else, back to the stream machine and out to XSplit and to Twitch and to YouTube and whatnot. So the main output of this goes back to the stream machine. I think that may sound kind of crazy because I'm listening to that machine and putting back to that, But think about it. Game machines making music and sounds and bang, bang, pew, pew. Discord's talking. People are talking, chatting with you. You want to be able to hear that not only into your headphones, but into the stream as well. So an output from the stream machine in, and then it actually comes back from the mixer and goes back to the stream machine on that channel to go there. But here's the problem. The problem is the microphone. And this is the conundrum it took me a while to figure out. If I'm talking in the microphone, I want that to go to Discord. So I want to be able to send all the sound to Discord, but I don't want to send all my gaming music, everything else in the stereo out. I got to have a way just to send microphone talk, speech, whatever you want to call it, microphone output to Discord and just have Discord listen to it. That's when we get back here, we talk about, there's one little cable way up here. It's called your aux or your send effects out. Every one of these channels can have an effect. So you can have music effects, sound effects, whatever else, but it's the secondary channel. So my microphone here has audio that's going to the main thing and out. I also can turn up this one. Now I only use it on my game mic, but I can turn this up so this comes out on a separate line that goes to another input on the stream machine. So I have an output from the stream machine in to channel 5. I have an input to the stream machine, which is the main one, and I have a second input to the stream machine that is just for the microphone channel. You notice I have this send effects. This is what controls goes out on that special auxiliary out second line. This is on, nothing else is. So basically what I've set up, I said the microphone is going to go out on that auxiliary. I'm going to send that into the stream machine, and then in Discord, you can go to your voice and recording set. You can choose what it's going to come into. Now, on a regular motherboard, like on this case, I think I've got an MSI motherboard that's on here. You've got the normal, the blue, the red, and the green audio that's over on the back panel. And then you've got your headphone and your microphone imports that you get wired in onto your front port, onto your box. So basically, the output of this for the main stereo goes to the blue connecting on the back. It's the highest quality one. That's for the main thing. The output from the send effects, the auxiliary one, goes to the microphone input. And I actually went in Windows renamed them. You can right click and call them what you want, rename them. You know, I have, you know, mixer, stereo out, and I have mixer, auxiliary out. So when I go into Discord, I can say I want to listen on, I want the input to be auxiliary out. So it's really interesting how it gets set up, because you think, you know, I'm going to have everything go here and then one thing go over to the stream machine. It's weird that the stream machine actually has 3 connections to this mixer. One output from the stream machine to capture noise, and then the stereo output, the main output that goes back here, which gets broadcast to Twitch and YouTube, and then the secondary, the auxiliary out, which is up here, that goes to just as a line in, and I just route that into Discord. By sending it to Discord, I don't want to listen to it as well, so it tunes it up so I can't hear it. It kind of works out. So I have a microphone set up. This is my main microphone. I have an auxiliary microphone, which is this lavalier one that I use sometimes for things like this. I don't use. This is my stream machine. So the output from the stream machine comes into here so I can hear it. This is the input from the game machine. Once again, it's coming from the game machine so I can hear it. This is coming in from my music PC or the iPod or iPhone, because I can switch it on here. So that's music and get routed in. This controls what goes out to the stereo out. This controls what goes out to my headphones or my microphones. This has the sound effects that you can do on there and do that. I don't really mess around with it unless I want to make a big reverby, echoey thing, but I don't. It's a very confusing setup, but as I said, follow back to the basic rule. Every sound should come into that box, and that box should send it out. I can control every sound on every machine. If I want to turn on my microphone that I'm using on here, I can do that with here. If I want to turn on this one, I can do that. If I want to send this out to there, I can do it from here. I want to turn on my volume, I want to tune down what the guys in Discord are doing, I can turn it down, up and down here. I want to tune up or down on my game machine, I can do it here. The music, I want to tune it up and down, I can. How loud the volume is going to the stream or to the video, how loud the volume is going to my headphones. Everything's right here. If I'm going anywhere else, I've missed something. So everything into the sound machine, into the mixer, everything back out. If you are coming in from things like your computer, Stream Machine coming into here, or the you know, my Asus laptop coming into here, you're going digital to analog, get the little $10 boxes, and they're basically grounding loop boxes. They just sit in the middle and they'll buzz it out. You'll know it because you'll put in your microphones, you'll hear like a buzzing going, where the hell's that buzzing coming from? That's it. Every piece of software should be running on the Stream Machine other than the game. And if you've done that, then you've gotten your setup right. Now I'm going to put a list out of all the equipment, the different brands and all that, and I'll put that on the notes on the video here, just because I think it just helps out, and I'll explain on every one of them. I bought this is why I bought it, or I bought this and this is optional in the setup in here. Like, you know, the video card and the Stream Machine was a complete optional thing. I didn't need to spend the 200 plus on the 1050 Ti. I just didn't, but I wanted it as a second game machine if my kid wants to sit beside me and play. It's just it's a lower cost alternative. You can leverage that machine, or I can do a little crypto mining. That's it. So this is a different video than I normally do, but it's a confusing enough topic that I think it's worth doing. So as I've always done in my videos, if you got questions or comments, please throw them on the video. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you're thinking. Really appreciate it. Once again, it's Elaina Strongbow from Soap Tutorials. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.